I started this channel a little over 5 months ago, and as I'm filming this, I am sitting under 500 subscribers, to be exact, 428, which is enough people to pack 20 full yoga studios. And yet sometimes it feels like I'm creating in silence, like I'm showing up for something that no one's really watching. But here's the thing, I didn't start this to go viral. I started this as a personal challenge to show up, stay consistent, and finally really see something through. So today I want to share what creating quietly has taught me about growth, purpose, and building something meaningful before anyone's really watching. Before we dive in, welcome back to the channel and to our 5th Mate Chat episode. This series is all about slowing down, sipping something warm, and having real conversations about growth, wellness, and how we're choosing to show up in life. So let's get into it. So I think the best place to start is to start at the beginning and why I created this channel in the first place. And I'm gonna be brutally honest here and say that I have always been a strong starter, but not always a strong finisher. After a lot of reflection and just introspection, I came to the realization that I love starting new things. I love the beginning moments of something new and new ideas and new projects, but I really have a difficult time when it comes to following through the long process of things. And this ties into another point as to why I really started this channel, which is I was feeling very unfulfilled in my career and just overall really seeking, like I wanted some form of a creative outlet, some form to hopefully connect with someone that is either going through something that I've been able to overcome or who's going through something that I'm currently going through. Honestly, I was just really craving connection and putting myself out there. If you're also someone that feels a little unfulfilled with maybe what you're doing, I can say from my personal experience that this has been very rewarding. And ultimately, like I said at the beginning, I just really wanted to set a personal challenge for myself and really see something through for longer than just the ideal phase where everything is fun and new and exciting, and get more into the moments where you're putting in the work, you're maybe not seeing the results, but you're building the repetitions, you're building consistency, which is so important in every aspect of life that you want to improve upon. And also just as a challenge, so I can look back on hopefully months from now, years from now, and see myself grow as a person, as a creator, grow with you guys that take the time to watch my videos. I just want you to know that I really am so grateful for every single one of you. So now let's get into what it's really like to create with under 500 subscribers, because I think there are so many positive things that so many people overlook. Starting off with the highs, which is that every single comment feels so special because again, you are new to this whole new world out there. You're putting yourself out there for the first time, and every single person that leaves a comment or that takes the time to let you know how valuable your video was, or maybe you taught them something or you helped them to feel seen. I know for me, I've personally had quite a few of my videos that have been also very fulfilling to see the comment sections. The fact that you're helping even one person out there is so impactful. I think that everyone gets so tied down by the numbers and people just think about subscribers or views, and you don't think about the fact that there is actually somewhere on the other side of this void that you're posting into that maybe you've actually impacted their life in a positive way. Like, how many people in your personal real life can you say that you've truly made a difference in? So I think that it's really important to just take an outside perspective sometimes, really find the meaningful interactions and how what you have to say or what your story is can really impact somebody. Another positive thing about posting to a small audience is that you really have the opportunity to explore. And that's also so fun. I know for me, I talk about so many different things on my channel, which I know from like an algorithm perspective, a lot of people say completely niche down. But the truth is, I really do love a lot of different topics, and I think that overall, all the different topics that I share on my channel, whether it's wellness, skincare, nutrition, fitness and movement, mindset, they're all interconnected with each other. Us as humans, we're very multifaceted, so I don't think that you can speak about one one without the other if you're trying to improve yourself. So I think it's so fun that because you have a small audience, the freedom that you have to explore and to mess up. Like I've messed up. I just messed up, stumbling over my words. You can mess up, find your voice, find out what you like to speak about. What do you have to say? What stories in your life do you think could positively help somebody? It's such a blessing to be able to have that flexibility. And I think that when you are a small creator, you really need to focus on the positive things to also not get discouraged. Now, for some of the struggles, because of course there's struggles too, there are no highs without any lows. And that is that exact feeling that you're just posting into a void, hoping that it reaches the one person that maybe you're trying to speak to on the other side, and it's kind of out of your hands. You do your best when it comes to your uploading process and your video content itself to reach that person, but at the end of the day, it's all up to YouTube. And sometimes you can feel like you did everything right and it still doesn't get to the right person. And that can be so discouraging. You spend so many hours when it comes to planning your videos and editing, and just everything takes a lot of time, especially when you're a beginner and you have no idea what you're doing. It takes a lot of time, and then you post something and it gets little to no views, maybe very few interactions, but really just detach from that aspect overall. Yes, it's a struggle, but that's not what you want to focus on. It's totally valid feelings to have, but at the end of the day, you just need to focus on that you're building a foundation, even if no one sees it yet. As for what I've learned about growth so far with under 500 subscribers, is that creating quietly has really taught me to be patient, to be disciplined, all areas that again was one of the big reasons why I decided to challenge myself and start posting YouTube videos. I actually told myself when I first started that I had to do this consistently for 6 months before I was allowing myself to quit or give up, just to see if I could really show up for myself and show up for a small building audience that hopefully at that point I was creating. I told myself, you have to show up every single week, at least 1 to 2 videos a week. And I did accomplish that, except for 1 week. I do think I did miss 1 week when I was switching over editing softwares to DaVinci Resolve, which if you edit on DaVinci Resolve, you know it is a steep learning curve, especially when you're learning from scratch. But it all really helped me to start to build trust in myself that if I want to do something, then I can do it. And if you are also watching this, and again, it doesn't have to be YouTube, it can apply to so many areas of your life. If there is something deep down rooted inside of you that has been there maybe for months, maybe for years. I've said this before in my first YouTube video, which I'll have linked down below. I've been wanting to do YouTube since I've been like 18 years old, and I am now 28. So it only took me 10 years to not only just build the courage, but actually put that challenge and be quote unquote ready. The reality is you're never ready, but we'll get into that in a second. I just wanted to be the other person on the side of the screen for so long, and it took me way too long to get here, but this is also your sign that it is never too late. Now, this is for anyone that feels like they're not ready, and why I am grateful that I didn't wait until I felt ready, because if I would have waited for perfection, I would still be waiting. If I would have waited until I had my braces off because I didn't want to make videos with braces on at the age of 28 and start my YouTube journey as a girl with braces on, even though that is so vain and just ridiculous. There is a time in my life where that would have been an excuse not to start. There have been times in my life when maybe I wanted to have a fitness channel and I felt like I just wasn't quite fit enough yet. And those are really just all self-limiting beliefs and just roadblocks that you're putting on yourself for not doing the hard thing and not just showing up when you don't feel ready. Because every imperfect move is really just a lesson. Every single imperfect video is just building that showcase and that foundation that you can look back on one day and chuckle about. Or you may think it's a horrible video, but there could still be someone on the other side that video might have helped them, regardless of if it wasn't the best quality or the best hook or the best intro. The reality is that you just have to start. Any type of momentum is always going to be better than just being completely stagnant. and not moving at all. And at least for me, my first 5 months weren't even that much about being discovered by the YouTube algorithm, but rather about discovering myself as a creator and finding my voice and my people on the other side, and just really being intentional, because I think that longevity wise, that itself is also going to be so much more fulfilling. And at least for me, that has been one of the biggest lessons. And as for myself, what I'm focused on as a creator now that I'm almost to the half-year mark, which is insane to think about. I cannot believe that I have already posted, I think now I'm at 29 videos. I remember when I pressed publish on my first video. That being said, there are so many things that I still want to improve upon, like my editing, like my storytelling. I also want to be a little bit better about sharing real-time things that are happening and making more series around that. I'm currently healing still from a 2-year back injury that I really want to make a series on, because I'm traveling to South America to potentially get a nerve block injection. So I kind of want to document that experience as well. And also just other things that either I'm going through or know that other people are going through that I've been able to get past. So I want to get better at sharing those types of experiences, as well as just more educational tips and tricks and things like that. I'm someone that's worked in the health and wellness space for over 8 years, so I have seen a lot. I have applied a lot of different things. I've worked with a lot of different people, so I know that there is a lot that I can share, but I'm also still just finding my voice and figuring out my content style, also what you guys want to see more of, and just figuring that all out. So if that's something that you're interested in following along, definitely subscribe if you want to follow me on that journey. As for my mate chats, like the one today, I know I originally said I was doing these weekly. I am now going to be moving them to bi-weekly because just realistically, I couldn't keep up with every single week. And also, I'm not going to lie, I have to renew my Zerva stock because I am running very low. But anyway, if you're also navigating your own journey of quiet growth, whether it's through content, a personal goal, or just trying to show up for yourself, I see you. And don't forget to like and subscribe to make sure you don't miss the next Mate Chat episode. And as always, I am so grateful to have you here, and I hope to catch you in my next one.